Stanley Cup champion Darren McCarty, the golden voice of Neal Ruhl, and the iconic Terry Foster. Sit back and relax. It's time for your daily dose of Big D energy.
Yo, 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 yo. Welcome back, everybody, to Big D Energy right here on the Woodward Sports Network. Neal Ruhl, T-Foss back in the building. I gave you a good one there.
The first time I got the quadruple yo, 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 yo with me up here on the stage.
I went a little extra. Okay. In honor of you, T-Foss. No D-Mac today. He is out for the rest of the week, Red Wings duty and all that kind of stuff. We have Sam Flannel. We have Spencer Raxter in the building. All of you as well, woodwardsports.com chat thread. Tap into there. Get your thoughts out there. And before we get things rolling, certainly we have a lot of big-time stuff to get to. College football rankings. The NFL Defensive Player of the Week resides in Detroit for the first time ever, with an A on the end of it. We are going to get into all that. But you guys know here at Woodward, we're about the community. We're about stuff that's going on in the community. And here in studio, real quick, we just wanted to catch up because this is a pretty cool moment that's going on with the fine folks at Chili Peppers Tanning and Detroit Dog Rescue. We have Shelby from Chili Peppers Tanning. We have Christina, the director of the Detroit Dog Rescue. And I don't know if you guys saw the news, but this was something that was going on around the community. Detroit Dog Rescue had a break-in, and some damage was done, and obviously affected their ability to do what they do with the animals in and around the city of Detroit. The people at Chili Peppers Tanning, they saw this. They wanted to get involved. Woodward Sports kind of networked everybody together, and here we are today. Our good partners at Chili Peppers Tanning presenting the Detroit Doghouse with a check for over $2,000.
Yes.
And wow. The Detroit Doghouse.
It's Detroit Dog Rescue.
Sorry, yeah, Detroit Dog Rescue.
I like that, though.
That's a hot dog restaurant.
Yeah, absolutely. No, but Shelby with Chili Peppers Tanning, I mean, you guys saw this, you wanted to get involved, and here we are.
Yeah, absolutely. So every year, our staff raises money by donating $1 minimum on Fridays and Saturdays to wear their casual clothes instead of their uniforms to work. And then we also have a donation bucket on our counters where our customers can get involved as well. So we did actually get the idea earlier in the year from Stick and Joey from here to donate to Detroit Dog Rescue. And then when I had seen just a couple weeks ago on Stick's Instagram that tragic event happened, we decided we wanted to donate sooner than at the end of the year, and we wanted to give all of our proceeds. Also, our owners actually match our donation. So we raised half of it, and then the owners at Chili Peppers Tanning match that to give this nice check for you guys. So.
Oh my God. And that's just
awesome.
Incredible. And it just shows, when you support local, more great, projects in the community are supported, and we can't thank you. I mean, it's so heartwarming, especially this time of year, and thank you. Something really, really tragic happened to our dogs.
This is wonderful. You got to introduce us to your little pal.
Of course.
Give the people what they want right now.
Right. I'd never show up to Woodward Sports empty-handed. So this is Betty. Betty is a Chihuahua who was put in a bucket and dumped at the door. So she also has some siblings who all need homes for the holidays. As much as I would love to just carry her on my hip, she needs to find a home of her own. So if you want to adopt, DetroitDogRescue.com.
Absolutely. And speaking of that, too, with the break-in, lots of damage was done, and Detroit Dog Rescue, they're trying to put everything back together. DetroitDogRescue.com. They're not just looking for money in all this either. Supplies, everything that you guys need to operate day-to-day as well.
We have a whole wish list on our website, DetroitDogRescue.com, but also your time. We love, this is amazing what Chili Peppers Tanning has done, and we are going to invite them down as well. Let's do a volunteer day. Let's get more people involved and more hands-on. But
we would love to come to that.
We're gonna make it. This is just though. I mean, I'm never speechless, and I'm speechless. So thank you so incredibly much.
And I think you have to buy a lot of food for the dogs, especially Betty here, because Betty looks like she eats a lot.
Right. I mean, she's huge. And what's incredible, Joey loves when I say this, but it's only $5 to feed a dog at DDR for a whole week. So imagine what we can do with this, and this is something that you guys thought of, you created, and I'm like gonna cry as soon as I leave. Thank you.
No, absolutely. DetroitDogRescue.com. The link is on the WoodwardSports.com chat thread right now. Remember, $5 feeds a dog for a week. So, and it's not just money; they're looking for supplies, whatever they can do to kind of rectify this situation. Because
they're looking for volunteers, so you can get involved now.
Slide down, absolutely.
Let's see how do you hold the dog. See how you look. Look at that. Look, perfect. All right. Well, I'll see you guys later. He's got his dog, and that's how it works.
Don't show this to my daughter, by the way.
What's her name on Instagram? Let me look it up. Hold on.
Yeah, absolutely. No, but we appreciate you. And look, Shelby Chili Peppers Tanning, I can tell just by looking on your face, it hits a little different, doesn't it?
It does. We love to give back. CPT gives back every single year.
Absolutely, they do. So again, DetroitDogRescue.com. Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you.
through.
And thank you, Chili Pepper Standing.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
There you go.
All right. Thanks.
That is what it's all about, though, T. I mean, that's
so right, Mr. K-Line.
That's why, man. Stick and Joey, big props to them too for facilitating all this, and we just kind of networked the two together, and here we are. So they're off to a good start. Over $20,000 in damage, I think, was the number. So. And
you break into a dog rescue? Why?
I don't understand it, man.
Yeah, right. We looking
all the cash that's on hand.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it either, man. But whatever, gotta fix it.
I know there are criminals in the world, and they rob people and stuff. I don't understand. First, I don't understand why you rob anyone, but I don't understand why you break into something where they're trying to do good.
I don't either, man. But they did, and it's got to be dealt with. And the people here at WoodwardSports.com chat thread, the link is up there. You guys are speaking very, very well about it. Lots of people saying Neal's kids would love that dog. I'm sure they would.
Mm-hmm.
I travel too much, though.
I was making fun when they came in here. I said, why'd you bring your pet mouse in here? Because Betty is so small. Little Pee-wee.
Yeah, but we do have a lot to get into here today. And, big things going on around the sports world. And, obviously the college football rankings came out. I had an epiphany about Michigan that I'm going to get into in just a little bit, Terry. I know you're intrigued.
You know what? I am intrigued. And the other thing is, how come there's not a big celebration around here? Do you know what's happening here in Detroit? Something big.
What's that?
The Detroit Lions are in the playoff hunt.
They are?
What? I mean, how come we don't have the playoff parties and playoff talk, and how come there's
it's weird. It's weird you say that. Right on cue, WoodwardSports.com chat thread, and Mike Hilton hasn't even heard that yet. Lions 11-6. Let's go.
Well,
do we have an 11-6 limo?
Let's calm down on 11-6, but only 2 games out of the wild card.
They are only 2 games out of the wild card. Sam Flannel, the check-in, Michigan right now in the college football playoff.
Oh yeah, and it's very exciting. Obviously, they control their own destiny. If they win out, they're in. But I think they're ranked right about where they should be, and everything, like I keep saying, is right out in front of Michigan to just go take it. And I cannot wait to see how this season plays out.
Spenmo, Michigan State Spartans, very much not in the college football playoff.
Very much not. Very much not. We're going to stay out of that.
But in contention for the Little Caesars Pizza Bowl.
Yeah, we might get the Alamo Bowl,
Just keep grinding.
That's what it's all about.
Now, you know what, brother? We can get a little Michigan State limo after one of these shows, drive down to Ford Field and watch them play.
There you go.
It'll be the 11-6 limo.
Yeah.
With the license plate 11-6 on the back of it. Let's do it.
It'll be 11-6 and 7-6. Or 6-6.
You know what, though, Spenmo? I will say this. And normally I don't, because if you're not in the playoff or even the New Year's Six, they're pretty much all the same.
Yeah.
But I think that helps if Michigan State is able to rally and get into a bowl game. I think when you look back at this season, it'll be much more palatable, which is weird to say. It will. I'm talking about over the stretch of time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It'll be a little more palatable.
I don't care about the pizza bowl.
I know you don't. But in reality, the the bowls are the bowls.
Yeah.
They do all run together. There's something for you to gamble on, and that's about it.
It's fair.
Yeah, but the problem with that, there was always this little underlying bet between Michigan and Michigan State people. Which program was going to be bad enough to end up at the Little Caesars Pizza Bowl or the Motor City Bowl or whatever bowl was downtown? Looks like the winner could be Michigan State.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's something you should be proud of.
With a matchup, I haven't checked in. Maybe Eastern Michigan or something like that.
Yeah,
they're bowl eligible.
Yeah, I would.
Spenny, are you okay, man?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm just taking it one day at a time.
You know what? I think he was up all night watching the elections.
He may have been.
Oh, yeah.
Lewis M. says, I was once told you're not in the playoff contention, you roll the tanks out. Lions are 2 games away. What do we do, Neal? Oh, it's tank. It's tank. I loosened the chains on the tanks for the Green Bay thing to officially kill off the Packers and Aaron Rodgers. But now we're back. We're back in these streets, Terry.
No, but you're in the playoffs, huh?
No, you're not.
2 games out.
I should have worn my Lion hat today. We need to celebrate.
Yeah.
The Lions are in the playoff hunt. No more tanking. No more tanking.
Push forward?
Push forward. I'm trying to think. Who are the Lions playing the first round?
Forward down the field.
I wish the trade deadline were this week instead of last week.
Yeah.
And that's going to happen.
What additions do you want? Who's out there?
Lions fans.
What additions do you want to see?
Fans.
What do you want to see, Terry?
Well, you don't need a safety. You got Kerby Joseph.
Kerby Joseph.
Kerby Joseph, exactly. Woodward Sports. Oh man, I know we have the link up there to Detroit Dog Red. Can we run a? We can't run a poll at the same time, can we?
We can. Oh yeah.
WoodwardSports.com chat poll. Are the Lions in the playoff hunt? Mm-hmm. Yes or no? Whatever that means to you.
Hell no.
Whatever that means to you.
Not only are they in the playoff hunt, but I'm going to go look for some tickets today.
There you go.
You are not, Terry Foster. You are not. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Oh, yeah, the elections were yesterday. And Douglas Westergaard says California turned down online sports betting.
That's an L.
I was stunned by that. Are we still doing this? Like,
that's an L.
I had to go to California twice a year for like 4 years in a row. It's a different group out there.
Do you think that was big Vegas, big gambling?
Yeah, that was probably it. The Vegas people probably said,
we need you to come down here.
Here's some money. Vote no.
My understanding was, the sportsbook companies, they dumped massive amounts of money to promote the passage of that bill, obviously.
Yeah,
they want access to all those people.
But the casinos in Las Vegas probably did not. Because you got Reno for the northern California people, and then you have Vegas for the southern. They probably didn't want it.
Yeah, I don't know, but it is. It's really weird. Jeremy Anderson says, "Let us bet," and I'm with you, man. Like we talked about that when it passed through here and everything like that. Like let's get with the modern times here, because guess what, guy? People are going to do it anyway. You think the people in California are like, damn?
Oh darn!
Now I can't bet.
Now I got to change my location so I can bet.
It's like before when they didn't have the lottery. People, they had the online. I mean, not the online, but they have they had the people in back rooms and people's houses. They still had a lottery here. There's been a lottery in Michigan for 100 years. It's called the Numbers.
Right.
You're gonna outlaw weed? Fine. That means Louis on the corner, his sales is gonna go up.
Right. Exactly. Who would have thought, man? Here's old Michigan. Well, you could do it all.
Trail.
Yeah, you could do it all,
Smoke
man.
Smoke weed while placing your sports bets
on your front porch if you want to, man.
Yeah, right.
You
America.
do you.
That's America right there.
That's America, Jack. If you don't love it, Sven, you get the hell out.
Get out.
That's what I was told. WoodwardSports.com chat poll: are the Lions in the playoff hunt? 69% of you say no. Thank you.
Mike G in the Woodward Sports chat said I voted yes on proposal Chesty.
Hey. I was talking to Neal about Chesty Malone. You can't touch her now. She's a touring stripper.
She's big time.
She's never around here.
Yeah.
She's in Iowa, Nebraska.
She goes
Wisconsin.
wherever James Harden is.
She's on retainer from James Harden. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Zach B says, "You better friggin' believe it, baby. We back, baby." So some of the people think they are in there.
Delusional.
You know what? If the Lions play in a playoff game, I'm going to break my vow never to go to a Lions game until they win a playoff game. If they make the playoffs this year, I'm going to show up.
Playoffs?
I'm going to be right there.
There you go. I like the sweatshirt, by the way. The little Detroit City FC sweatshirt.
And you know what? This sweatshirt was going to get me in trouble, along with a with a little blog that I'm writing. I'm including the most exciting players in professional Detroit history and current athletes. but I never include Detroit FC. I only include Tigers, Red Wings, Pistons, and Lions, and it always gets me in trouble.
Throw Maxi Rodriguez in there.
Our guy.
Rodriguez?
Yeah, he's exciting.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
We gotta get Stephen Carroll on the graphic. By the way,
for sure.
Longest serving captain in Detroit professional sports. That's a fact.
Yeah,
that's a factual statement.
Mark D'Antonio's not even on the graphic.
It's a celebration.
Yeah.
The sports marketing agency helps spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast is called This is the S Word. It's about the stigma about seeking help for mental health issues. Go to thesportsma.com if you're struggling. You know what? Being a friend, if somebody you know is struggling, go to thesportsma.com, the sports marketing agency. They're here to help.
Thanksgiving is all about family and friends. That's why Woodward Sports wants to send you and your crew front row for the Thanksgiving Day football game.
Easy there. Hey, it's Thanksgiving. Shouldn't you be in Detroit losing a football game right now?
That's right, you and 3 people that you're thankful for sitting in row number 1. So close you can hear the action, smell the excitement, and taste the glory of Detroit football. All you have to do to enter is retweet or share our post on Twitter and IG, and tag 3 of your friends or family. If all 3 of those people are following Woodward Sports too, and we pick your name, you and your crew will all get the best seats inside Ford Field. So hop on Twitter and Instagram and tag your crew. And we'll see you Thanksgiving Day at Ford Field. Brought to you by Lady Jane's and Custom Health Centers.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
What's going on, everybody? It's Spencer for the Foaling Warehouse in Hamtramck. You know, you've heard of it. It's the home of the original football bowling pin game called Foaling. 2 different ways you can play. They've got $12 open unlimited play and private lane reservation for $120 if you get thirsty. They got a $2 mystery beer vending machine and multiple fully loaded bars to choose from. So make sure you go check them out in Hamtramck or visit them online at foalingwarehouse.com.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Ruhl, T. Foss, Terry Foster here in the house. No D-Mac, he's out the rest of the week. But Sam Flannel's here, and Spencer Raxter's here, and that's what really matters.
And the Lions are in the playoff hunt.
And the Lions are in the playoff hunt. That's what I was told by some of you. Tomorrow's show, Rocket Watts will be on of the Oakland Golden Grizzlies, so we'll talk with Rocket Watts. I know, sorry you're missing it, Spenmo. That's your guy.
Didn't they just beat somebody 200-5 the other day?
The Oakland Golden Grizzlies, the #1 defensive team in the nation in points allowed per game. They beat Defiance.
Tell Rocket I said what's up.
That's
my dude.
I will, man.
He's from the 586. And one time it was you. Like, that's my guy.
Doesn't get more Spenmo than that.
Defiance, that game technically doesn't count.
No, it does.
I thought it was an exhibition game.
No, that was a regular season game. You're allowed that. Many teams across the country played similar fashion games.
I know, but if Michigan State plays Defiance, it's an exhibition game.
Who did they play? They played, Northern Arizona or something like that?
Yeah, but they always play Grand Valley at some point.
Yeah, they played them in exhibition.
Michigan State's 2023 class got inked. 2 5-stars, 2 4-stars. The basketball team's going to be scary.
You're back in these streets?
Back in these streets. Basketball season now.
So it's a lot like the football team, I've been told.
Yeah, no, but...
next year, I'm being told.
This year, they're going to be good. But next year, they're going to be championship contenders.
Okay.
Hey, Spencer, I got one question for you. Will Tom Izzo waste one of these 5-stars like he did Jaren Jackson Jr.?
Waste? Jaren Jackson Jr. bald for him as you.
Hey, T. Foss, we'll take this segment off.
No, I mean, he pretty much misused him in the tournament, though, against Syracuse. You got to admit that. He didn't live up to his potential. He was the #3 pick, averaging 11 points a game. I think that's misused a little bit.
Yeah, he was too busy playing Ben Carter than Jaren Jackson Jr. in the tournament. That was tough to watch.
Yeah.
FJ 1967, Oklahoma State coming Sunday to the Arena. Yes, absolutely. Oklahoma State will be in town. Good chance there might be another local Oklahoma State product who plays his games here in the city in the building.
Barry Sanders?
Possibly.
Malcolm Rodriguez?
No, they're playing their game in Chicago.
Cade Cunningham.
Probably.
So does Oklahoma State have a stud on the basketball team?
I haven't gotten into the roster prep for them yet, so I don't know.
Okay. Well, let me know as soon as you find out.
I'll get back to you on probably Friday.
It'd be pretty cool if they had Cade Cunningham still on the team coming to the arena.
Yeah. Well, we played there when.
I know you played there, but they didn't play there. Here.
Right. Absolutely. That's where I knew that Cade Cunningham was the real deal. For me, it's like the body plus the style of game they play. Yeah. Rocket Watts has some Cade Cunningham vibes to him.
He does. Very smooth.
Yeah. Like he glides down the floor, so it looks like he's not trying.
Yeah.
He does what the basketball game necessitates at the moment.
Oh yeah.
I was surprised by that.
I loved watching Rocket play for MSU, man. He was very, you said, very smooth.
Big Ten All Freshman team.
Big Ten All Freshman team. The guy, Izzo tried to use him as a point guard, but he's more of a 2. But I loved watching him play. Very smooth ball player. Rocket was the man.
Yeah. So, and again,
I don't know if you kids know this, but I volunteer sometimes at PAL, and one of my kids guarded Rocket Watson in high school.
Yeah.
How'd it work out for him?
AAU. He said, all I'll tell you is I know why they call him Rocket now.
My neighbor guarded Derek Walton in high school in districts when Centerline played, I think, Oak Park, where he went. He stopped him.
Who's the most famous person you ever guarded?
One of my best friends that I used to work with at Oakland, his brother guarded Chris Webber.
Nice.
In high school basketball. He did not stop him. She said Webber had like 62 on him or something like that.
Yeah.
It was an issue. Let's just say it like that.
I guarded Sean Respert. That's the most famous person.
Okay.
In basketball that I've guarded.
Okay.
And you know what? He was cool. He was trying to set up everybody else, so he didn't like my ass up.
Okay. So yeah, that's
cool. It was like, okay, I'm at the Y. I know I can outplay everybody here. What am I got to prove?
I did beat Travis Bader in a game of sevens once.
There you go.
Who, for those of you that don't know, was a record holder for the most 3-pointers made in the history of college basketball.
Yeah, Wichita State, right?
What's that?
Travis Bader was that Wichita State?
Oakland.
Yeah.
Yeah, who never took a 2-point shot.
Travis Baker.
Yeah.
His senior year, he never took a 2-point
shot. No,
that
was Max Hooper.
Oh, I keep getting them mixed up.
That was Max Hooper. 222 3-point shots, no 2-point shots.
That's baller.
Campy told him at the end, he's like, you better not, even if you got a breakaway layup, just peel back and shoot a 3.
Oh, yeah. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what it is. Sorry, I'm not mentioning that school down the road and Antoine Davis and all that stuff. Sorry, I'm not doing it.
You know, I met him a couple weeks ago. He's really nice.
No, he's a good player. He is a nice dude, and he's a very, very good player. I was joking, by the way.
Okay.
But I'm not bringing it up.
I played a game with Denzel Valentine.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, in East Lansing. I wasn't guarding him, but I was on his team. I was throwing the ball a lot.
We got some good ones coming in here. I like this. This is kind of like a little side dealio. Southpaw Slabs. I guarded Manny Harris in high school when I played for a Jewish Maccabi team.
Manny Harris was a baller in college.
Yep.
He was. Trust me. I remember watching Manny Harris. He came right in after the lean Tommy Amaker years. He was a very important player for Michigan.
And Manny Harris with Stu Douglas and Zach Novak.
Oh, man. Stu Douglas and Zach. Memories, man.
Francis Garcia, my brush with frame. Jerome Bettis ran me over in a scrimmage in high school, knocked me out of the game, and caused a concussion.
Nice.
That's believable. That man is, well, when he played, he was just a brick house.
And he was from Detroit, too. I don't know if you knew that or not.
I heard that during the Super Bowl one time.
Mike G says, rule breaker. I tackled Notre Dame's Rodney Culver in high school.
All right.
He tackled him, too. That's big. Yeah,
Rodney Culver was a good player.
That's awesome. Joey 2 times said he guarded Drew Neitzel. I like this. This is kind of cool. What else do we have here?
Easy said he sacked Devin Gardner.
All right, if you're gonna if you're gonna say you guarded somebody, you got to admit, did they light you up?
Right.
Don't just say, I guarded them like you did something. Yeah. Did they bust you?
My high school team played Pershing in districts one time. When Keith Appling went to Pershing, and they were up, at halftime, center line's getting all hype. Oh, we can do it. Keith Appling didn't play the first half. Came out in the second half, dropped 50.
Right, absolutely. Yeah. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Speakeasy Sports. Neal, the player hater. Speakeasy. Neal, the player hater of the year. You did not sack. You did not sack Devin Gardner.
He did say only in the stat sheet Devin Gardner dragged him out of bounds. So.
Could you imagine film of Neal chasing Devin Gardner and then sacking him?
That'd be great.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah.
I run him down. I got that. I got that. I got a little bit of speed to it still.
Yeah, but you can't catch him until after 26 miles, though.
No doubt. Yeah, let us run a 10K and see what's up.
There you go.
He'd probably still give me that work in that as well. Ethan Brown, Kirk Maltby came to beer league hockey once and absolutely lit everybody up. We might as well not even been on the ice. That's something for me where I think people. Like when people talk about the 12th guy on an NBA roster, like whoever the absolute worst player in the NBA is, if you dropped them in college, they would average 30 a game.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. And just while we're at it, can I add another body to the legend killer list while the name was brought up? Jerome Bettis should not be a Hall of Famer. Nobody could turn a 2nd and 7 into a 3rd and 4 quite like Jerome Bettis. All those 3-yard carries. He averaged less than 4 yards a carry in 9 out of his 13 seasons. Jerome Bettis, so overrated. I know Detroit's going to be pissed off by that. And he almost blew the Pittsburgh Steelers that Super Bowl by fumbling in the red zone when all he had to do was get down. It was because Ben Roethlisberger tackled Nick Harper, who just got stabbed in the knee by his wife a couple days before. Jerome Bettis, overrated, should not be in the Hall of Fame.
And let me stop you for a second.
Oh, the chat's exploding.
You do know that Jerome Bettis technically was a fullback.
That's true. But
his job was to keep the chains moving. Which he did.
3 yards. He averaged less than 4 yards a carry in 9 out of his 13 seasons. That's not good.
4th and 2. His job is to get 2 yards.
That's
and he would get 3 yards. That's what he was there for.
And that's okay. And he was valuable at that. But that's not Hall of Fame. That's Hall of really, really good and Hall of overrated.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Southpaw Slabs. OMG.
Really?
Detroit Dabber 313. Don't diss the bus, Sam. Southpaw Slabs. Out of nowhere. WTF flannel.
Watch out, watch out, watch out.
All right. You got to put one in the Hall of Fame. Jerome Bettis or Ben Wallace?
Jerome Bettis.
Shoot.
Jerome Bettis. 100 times out of 100.
Give him a shovel. Just let him keep digging that grave. Real Cream of Wheat says, killer. Lane Hartman, go drink some milk, Sam.
Hey, and Robert Colosia might have had the best comment of all. Jerome Bettis ain't no Earl Campbell. No, not even close. You've seen Earl Campbell's first 3 or 4 seasons. He was one of the best running backs in a vacuum of all time. Jerome Bettis, he's just kind of a bowling ball who gets 3 yards. That's Jerome Bettis. I'm sorry. I know you guys hate me right now, but that's true.
There are some people taking up.
I don't hate you. I pity you.
There are some people taking up for him.
Imagine Sam Flannel's walking down the street. He's walking down Greek Town at night, having a good time, and he sees Jerome Bettis and Ben Wallace walking towards. Those are two intimidating
And Ben Wallace
men.
asks him, "You Sam Flannel?"
You Sam Flannel?
He would be like, "No."
Yeah, 2 people I do not want to get on their bad side.
And then the police, Detroit police, we had to clean up this grease spot off the street. You don't know how this happened. Dude, he got 13,000 yards in the NFL.
How many? It took him a lot of carries to get those 13,000 yards. More carries than it should have.
He got 13,000.
Well, that's why I said
662 yards in the NFL.
And that's why I would put him in if I had to choose between him and Ben Wallace. I did say that because at least Jerome Bettis is in the Hall of really, really good. I just think Hall of Fame, like
Ben Wallace isn't in the Hall of really, really good.
He's in the Hall of a really, really good defender. That's what I would say.
Here's how I can defend.
Oh my gosh,
Mr. Flannel. A lot of people say, well, but Ben Wallace was the reason the Pistons won the championship in 2004.
For sure.
No, they would not have won that championship if they hadn't acquired Rasheed Wallace.
Yeah.
That was the game breaker.
But I don't think they would have won it if they didn't have Ben Wallace either.
You can say
they would
that
not have won the championship if they didn't trade for Rasheed Wallace.
I agree.
Or if Kobe Bryant didn't have one of the most disgusting series of basketball any superstar has ever played. That's a fact.
Is Kobe overrated?
He's okay. Kobe Bryant is a Hall of Famer. Wait. Of course, Kobe's a Hall of Famer. But to me, Kobe Bryant is number 11 or 12 on my list. Obviously an all-time
still
great,
pretty good.
obviously a Hall of Famer, but not top 10. Just outside the top 10.
You know what? I'll support that one.
Fair enough.
I will
I'm not
support
mad
that
at
one.
that.
People on here too talking about Sam Flannel says Fletch lives daily. Ben's hair is scary though. No, it certainly is. Well, Ben Wallace didn't want his hair to be so scary. Where should he go?
He should go to Lady Jane's, obviously, because you can come to Lady Jane's for an award-winning haircut experience and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win a down payment for your dream home up to $200,000. Lady Jane's open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. No appointment necessary because at Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
The Sports Marketing Agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zaniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in Downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
Time to talk about Mike Phillips, not former Chicago Bruins National Basketball League in the 1930-1940 season Willie Phillips, but Michael Phillips. Looking to buy or sell your home, whether you're a player or a fan, helping you buy, sell, or invest is Michael Phillips' top priority. Being in the game for 23 years makes Mike the #1 option for anyone. If you have real estate needs, call Michael Phillips at 313-403-0011. That is 313-403-0011.
That was uncalled for.
WoodwardSports.com, Big D Energy, Neal Ruhl, Terry Foster, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter, WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Dirty Dr. D, Willie with some exclamation points. Well, who can forget Willie Phillips and the Chicago Bruins? Nonetheless.
The Chicago Bruins, was an actual thing. I can't believe it.
The away fan says Spencer's laugh kills me. So there you go.
I'm glad.
Super Juggernaut A7. They need Woodward flannels. We do need a Woodward flannel.
Here's what we need. We need a segment at least once a week, just to let him go. Just let Sam say something stupid, so we can respond to it.
The airing of grievances.
Right.
Iowa fans, which I don't know why they watch this show, but whatever. That's cool.
Iowa fans.
Sam is the type of person to put John Havlicek in the top 10 just to spite Kobe.
No, John Havlicek is not above Kobe, but John Havlicek, he's arguably top 20, top 25. I think that's reasonable.
All right. Anyway, somebody who's not even top 5, they were #1 in the National Football League. The NFL Defensive Player of the Week. For the first time ever, plays in Detroit. It's Kerby Joseph. As you might have figured was going to happen. I know you thought he was rather mid, but somebody in the league office thought he was great.
I said he was very good. Is that mid? If I said, Neal, you're doing a very good job today, are you going to turn around and say, hey, T said I'm mid?
Yes.
Is that what you're going to say?
Because I don't operate at that standard. I don't hold myself to that very good standard, Terry.
Lord
anyway,
have mercy.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Alex Haggerty. Take that, Terry. Your response.
Congratulations to Kerby Joseph. He had a fine game. It was handed to him by Aaron Rodgers, but, bring the trophy in. And the Lions are in the playoff hunt. So let's get rolling on that.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. iKingHorse says Sam's going to say Kerby didn't deserve it in 3, 2, 1.
No, that's insane. Kerby Joseph absolutely deserved it. And it goes to how well he's been playing in the last 3 games. Against the Cowboys were looking to go ahead 10-6 before halftime. Kerby Joseph forces a fumble at the 6. The Lions take a lead going into the half. Against the Dolphins, the Dolphins are going after the Lions had made it 7-0. The Dolphins go down looking to tie it. Kerby Joseph forces a fumble at the 22, recovered by the Lions. The Lions go down and score and make it 14-0. Against the Packers, when the Lions had missed that 4th and 1, the Packers were going to go right down the field and score to take a 7-0 lead. Aaron Rodgers throws an interception off of Derek Barnes' helmet into the arms of Kerby Joseph. And that is not all. In the second half, Jared Goff makes that terrible mistake that he usually makes. Throws an interception. Lions are up 8-0. Packers are in perfect position to tie the game. Aaron Rodgers throws a pass down the middle, intercepted by Kerby Joseph. That is 4 forced turnovers in the last 3 games. He is playing unbelievable.
And made breaks on the ball. Like those were a couple of those were veteran style interceptions that made breaks on the ball when the receiver had the curl too.
That last one was
big time.
Intended for Robert Tonyan. That was a big time break. That was an Ed Reidian type play. That's my new word, Ed Reidian.
Ed Reidian type play. No, but Terry, look, I know we laugh about it and stuff like that, and you weren't as impressed as a lot of us were. Terry, NFL defensive player, Terry. I know it's one game, but it's not just one game.
I said they didn't look at the film. They would probably give it to him. And you said, well, they never look at the film. Oh, Darren said that. They never look at the film. He had a very fine game. Now, I'm only saying Aaron Rodgers handed him.
No, Terry, that he made a break on that interception on the curl route. I don't know that there's another player on the Lions roster that's capable of making that play, if we're just being real.
Maybe Tracy Walker went healthy, but he's not really a ball hawk. Kerby Joseph, you saw it at Illinois. In his last season, he had 5 interceptions, and you're seeing it on the Lions. The ball just seems to find him, and you see players like that all throughout history, like an Ed Reed. I'm not saying Kerby Joseph is Ed Reed, but 4 turnovers forced in 3 games. 4 turnovers forced is a good season for a lot of players. Kerby Joseph has done that in 3 games.
He put the Lions in playoff position.
Yeah, yes, he did, Terry. I guess that's it. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Buckle up, Terry. Here we go. King Horse. Terry's like the old dude in the balcony on the Muppets.
I knew that was coming. I just don't dress as nice.
Doug Fungus says, whoever came up with our defensive scheme against Green Bay deserves a damn trophy. Karen Rodgers was confused AF. Well, you know what, Doug? I know a lot of people have said that, and I don't disagree with you. However, I will add to that. You mix that with the play. I'm blown away by that one interception in particular. I haven't seen that before as a Lion, certainly within the last 2 decades. Anybody for the Detroit Lions. Maybe Dre Bly 2 decades ago or whatever, that season he went to the Pro Bowl. That was an high-level NFL play. And I'm sorry, Terry, it was. I know it was. I know you're blaming Karen Rodgers and all that stuff. Maybe he had an oil enema that morning that was getting away. I don't know what the deal is. All I know is he made a play.
Do you know who got the game ball after the victory? Aaron Glenn.
Yes.
And because I think part of it was, they came up with a different scheme that was good, but I think part of it was Campbell saw a guy that was under duress from the public and from other people, so he gave him the game ball to try to smooth things down a little bit.
And you do have to look, we crushed Aaron Glenn. This network crushed him. And if you're going to do that, then you have to turn it around and give him some respect with what they did.
100%, because say what you want about Aaron Rodgers, over the past decade or so, more than a decade, he's been one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, and he has killed the Lions. And no matter what, when you can hold an Aaron Rodgers-led Packer team to 9 points, that's big time. End of discussion.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Mike G says, Terry's hat looks like he ran rum for Capone. Did you ever run rum for Capone?
No, I got this from Rodrigo.
Did you really?
No.
Dirty Dr. D, eat your crow, Terry. That break was top tier.
Okay, it was a top-tier break, and he put the Lions in playoff position.
Ethan Brown says, and I just lost it there. Ethan Brown says, Terry always criticizes the Lions all the time, but never gives them the flowers when they do something positive.
Because they very rarely do something positive. If I thought that the reason the Lions won was because of their great defense and was mostly of them, I would give them some flowers. And I've given them flowers before, and you guys out there didn't think they deserved it, and you criticized me for that. So, the hell with all of you. I thought in this case, Aaron Rodgers, or Sharon Rodgers, whatever you want to call him, had people open, had people in position, and he screwed it up.
Terry's hat looks like he's ready to announce that Prohibition is over.
Prohibition is not over.
Terry's hat looks like he's ready to call Seabiscuit versus War Admiral.
And down the stretch they come. It's Seabiscuit.
Are you going to do an advertisement for war bonds? Yeah. Terry Foster here. Uncle Sam needs you to buy war bonds.
Well, at that time, they didn't let brothers do that. That was too complicated for us.
That's a good point.
So I couldn't do that.
That's facts. No, absolutely, that's facts. David Brewer says, everyone's pissing me off giving Rodgers' inefficiency more credit than the Lions. If Hutch doesn't read it, it's incomplete. The defense still has to make the play.
No, if Hutch doesn't read that, that's a touchdown to Bakhtiari.
He was all by himself,
100%.
And here's the thing that nobody heard that I said yesterday, that the interception that Hutchinson, or as I call him, Aiden Island, made, he made that interception during game study, during film study.
Right.
That he saw something, knew something was fishy, so he put himself in position. I said that, but I'm not going to get credit for it, but that's okay. Yeah. Aiden Hutchinson sucks too then.
Terry going full Nightmare on Elm Street with the outfit today.
I should have got the mask. You know, if it was Halloween, I would have brought the mask.
Yeah, absolutely. No, and look, I talked about it too in Sam Flannel. Aiden Hutchinson, that play alone shows me, right, like the motor, and the motor that everybody loves, and certainly what is probably what's going to make his career in the NFL is the motor. However, the recognition to make the play. And you know what else? And I'd be curious to ask him this if we were having a drink or something like that. Once you saw the play was going away from you, did you realize that you are officially out of the play and you may as well just fall back?
Well, that's what smart players do. That's what smart defensive ends do. Like maybe early in the season, he might have over-pursued and tried to go after Aaron Rodgers, and then Aaron Rodgers would have had a wide open David Bakhtiari. Maybe he has learned from his mistakes. Maybe he has studied film. And what have we been looking for out of Aiden Hutchinson?
Drop the word maybe. He has learned.
No, that's very true.
Because if this same play happened a month ago, he would have gone after Aaron Rodgers, or he would have said, let me get my ass over here to the other side.
Oh, absolutely.
But he studied something, it smelled a little fishy, and he said, okay, I better get over here because this ball's going to this guy.
Absolutely.
So this is growing as a player, and that's why they always say you don't necessarily win the game on Sunday. Sometimes you win the game on Wednesday. Sometimes you win the game on Thursday. He won that play probably on a Thursday or Friday.
And you know what? Aiden Hutchinson, if he doesn't make that play, the Packers might win that game. And that's what you want out of a number 2 pick. That's what you want. Splash plays that impact winning. And Aiden Hutchinson made his biggest play as a Lion. And it was great to watch. That's what we want from our number 2 overall pick defensive end.
No, I agree. 1, 2, Foster's coming for you. That's from Detroit Dabber 313, by the way. 9 Drinks, Neal's condo in South Florida is getting blown away right now. 9 Drinks, I just rent. I just rent. That's it. It's somebody else's problem. Cintron, the official energy drink of the Red Wings. They've combined all 3 of their delicious flavors into a limited edition 6-pack sampler box.
Okay.
Try Cintron's great tasting cranberry, classic and sugar-free, all in one Red Wings themed package.
Get dope like me.
Pre-order your Cintron 6-pack sampler box today at CintronWorld.com/Red Wings. Get energized with Cintron, and let's go Red Wings.
Thanksgiving is all about family and friends. That's why Woodward Sports wants to send you and your crew front row for the Thanksgiving Day football game.
Easy there. Hey, it's Thanksgiving. Shouldn't you be in Detroit losing a football game right now?
That's right, you and people that you're thankful for sitting in row number 1. So close you can hear the action, smell the excitement, and taste the glory of Detroit football. All you have to do to enter is retweet or share our post on Twitter and IG and tag 3 of your friends or family. If all 3 of those people are following Woodward Sports too, and we pick your name, you and your crew will all get the best seats inside Ford Field. So hop on Twitter and Instagram and tag your crew. And we'll see you Thanksgiving Day at Ford Field. Brought to you by Lady Jane's and Custom Health Centers.
Hi, I'm John from Better Rate Mortgage, and to me, family is more than blood. That's why I have the biggest family in Metro Detroit. If you're looking to buy a house or refinance and need a loan, come get treated better than family by me and our entire team here at Better Rate Mortgage. We pride ourselves on giving you better advice, better service, and a better loan experience. That's why we are Better Rate. If you're looking for a new mortgage, come get treated like family. Actually, better with Better Rate Mortgage. Visit us at mybetterrate.com or call at 248-480-4467 today.
Neal Ruhl here for Custom Health Centers. Get your customized approach to weight loss. Think of all the way that weight affects your health, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. Custom Health Centers, blessed to have over 20,000 success stories, and it's been their honor to help many professional athletes lose weight and improve their health. People like Detroit Lion legend Eddie Murray and Pistons bad boy Rick Mahorn. Start losing weight today. Call Dr. Jason and Custom Health at 844-789-8446. That's 844-789-FIN. Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, T. Foss, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter. D-Mac's out for the rest of the week, so it'll be Uncle T. Foss and I.
He can play golf the rest of the week?
Probably.
Okay. I'll be here the rest of the week.
You will be here the rest of the week, and I appreciate it a lot. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Somebody asked me what logo is on my hat. This is the West Michigan Whitecaps. The only piece of the farm system playing there, Jackson Jobe. That's it. For now, anyway.
Yeah. Great job down there by the West Michigan Whitecaps.
Let's talk about exit velocity.
Playing some great baseball.
Yeah, but so the Lions, we're talking about Kerby Joseph getting the NFL Defensive Player of the Week for the first time in Detroit. I have a hard time believing that.
Why not? Their defense has been awful forever.
Chris Spielman was there.
Darius Slay.
Benny Blades.
DeAndre Levy had a great year.
Dominican Sue.
I guess they weren't good enough for the week.
I guess.
That is wild to me. Joey 2 times. Braylon and Stick keep bullying Maz.
It's true.
I think it auto-corrected from bull. It was bodied. It bodied and it would change to bully.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do something that and I'm going to get in trouble on this show for, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to defend Adam.
Wow.
Because I was listening to the little post-game show after the Lions won, and Stick got on this and Adam, he should give Dan Campbell an apology. I'm like, what's he apologizing for? Because he said he sucks as a coach. They should look into firing him. I don't think this is the guy for the job. So why should you apologize for giving your opinion? They won, but they're 2-6, even though they're in a playoff hunt now. He's won 30% of his games. There's no need to apologize. So, Adam, do not apologize. So I got that off my chest.
It's fair.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. God says win a road game first. And guys, I periodically have to reset this for those of you that are just tapping into the show for the first time. For me, I can only speak for me. Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell are 2 separate entities. Brad Holmes showing you dubs. Check the NFL Defensive Player of the Week awards. Look at the contributions being made mostly by rookies, who are usually the most exciting players on this team. All rookies. Who's making the splash plays, certainly on defense. Mostly rookies. It's different. That is different. The finances are in order. That's Brad Holmes. I know that we can ask our questions about Dan Campbell. And Terry, look, but this goes back to what I said. Dan Campbell had more Dan Campbell moments in the game. He did.
He did, right then, too.
But when you win, it's different. And I'm not excusing him. Like, I still see them happening. I'm not excusing them. We will revisit that. We will. However, I look at the trajectory of what Brad Holmes is doing, I'm all the way in. And I don't see how you couldn't be.
Here's the other thing about Brad Holmes.
Yes.
Is he's picking his own players. He's manipulating the salary cap. He's doing a lot of things good. Now, he didn't get to pick his coach. Maybe he would have picked somebody else. Maybe he thought he could have worked better with somebody else. We'll never know that. So he is saddled with a coach that he may or may not have wanted. At least he had no say in it. And a coach that if he decides, you know what, this is not the answer, I don't think he can get rid of him. I really don't. And I've always suspected that. But when somebody asked Brad Holmes, can you fire Dan Campbell? And the PR staff came in and put a muzzle on him and put a burlap bag on his face and dragged him away. That told me, no, I can't get rid of him, but I can't talk about it.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Nerf says, I guess in Neal's mind there isn't an AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Only the NFC has one. I did misspeak on that, didn't I? I did say NFL Defensive Player of the Week. My bad. My bad, brother.
Just all you got to do
You say
is show
thousands
one
of
letter.
words a day, man. You're going to miss a letter or two. That's just the stats. That's just the numbers on it. So, good catch, Nerf. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Dirty Dr. D's on one today. Dan Holmes coming up next on The Final Word.
Hey, well, I'll be listening. Let me do a Neal. Hey, fella, I just got one first name wrong. Oh, you're nitpicking me. Don't do that.
People Pleaser says, Brad gets a longer leash because we need to see which guys are going to make a long-term impact, which guys sign a second deal. That doesn't mean Dan is at the end of his leash because Brad is tanking the defense. And no, like, Brad is not tanking. Brad is restructuring financially. The TJ Hawkinson thing, that was a tough decision. And CT Foss, I always get ish from people on this show when I talk sports with them. When I do the long-term look ahead, and TJ Hawkinson certainly was a guy that I had the long-term look ahead on, where decisions loom. And the Tyler Bertuzzi one this year, Spence, and the Dylan Larkin one is one and the same, where you have to keep an eye on the Tyler Bertuzzi thing.
Yeah.
And people say, well, you got to let it play out. No, that's not the way the GMs think. Once they decide that they're pulling the ripcord, they move. They move that second. And Tyler Bertuzzi is he is the TJ Hawkinson of the Lions right now, I think.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's you got to watch out for him. You got to see how much he's going to cost you, how much he is going to be responsible for financially in the long run, what you're willing to pay a player of his caliber. And Brad Holmes has been great at that. Brad Holmes has been great at recognizing which players he wants to keep here, recognizing which players will be beneficial for him, not only financially, but as a player in a rebuilding situation, which players he can get the most out of, and he's going to continue to do that. And you can't say anything about his drafting because the players he drafts show up and they make plays.
I'm going to fight you on that one. Tyler Bertuzzi can actually play, and he is, he's a goal scorer. He's a little bit tough. He's way more important to the Wings than Hawkinson was for the Lions.
I agree.
Well, I was told Hawkinson's their best offensive player, right? That's what I heard around the town.
Yeah, but those are from goofballs. You need to talk to pros like me who would have told you he's not.
So, again, Kevin and Muskegon, DeAndre Swift decision coming up next. Now, Swift is different because he's so cheap.
True.
Like that's where it's different. That's where with me, because what are you gonna get for him?
Nothing.
4th round pick?
Well, I tell you what, any team that needs 5 carries a game from a player, hey, that's their guy.
See, this is where the Hawkinson and Swift situations are different, because Swift has another year of team control that's at a microscopic salary number, to whereas next year with Hawkinson, boom, that became a nearly $10 million proposition.
Yeah.
So that's where it's different. That's where with me, I'm willing to ride it out with Swift and see. I will give him literally every opportunity. And even through that, even through as much as he's been limited running the football, he has been a pass-catching threat. They're lining him up more and more out wide. Red zone pass catches.
What did I say he was becoming about a week ago? He's becoming Theo Riddick, a guy who gets just a few carries a game but is a dynamo in pass catching. And we need more out of DeAndre Swift than to be Theo Riddick. But at the same time, what has bit him this year? The injury bug that bit him in his first couple of years. So I think that there is a very little chance that DeAndre Swift gets re-signed with the Lions once his deal is up, which is a shame because when you see him on the field, when you see him run the ball, when you see him catch passes, it just looks different, even than like a Jamal Williams. It's a whole different level, but he can't stay on the field, and that's a problem, and it always has been a problem.
And
can we look in the future?
Sure.
Well, here, okay. I'm going to be Neal Ruhl 2 years from now. Now, guys, I know you're upset that they traded DeAndre Swift.
You got to deepen that voice a little bit.
But it was a good move. Because here's why. This guy is only carrying the ball 5 times a game. He would have been making $15 million. And by my calculations, beep, 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 beep. That's $580,000 per carry. Get this guy the hell out of here. Beep, 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 beep. Yep, now he's working under the salary cap. I approve of this move. And I know you guys are upset. But 5 years from now, when the Lions finally get a winning record, you're going to say, thank you, Uncle Neal. Thank you very much.
A good friend of mine likes to say, when new information presents itself, you reserve the right to change your opinion. And that's how it will work. CJ Snyder in here says it perfectly. Swift is cheap. He already passed his salary value this year. And that I agree with.
Yeah, but if you want to re-sign him, that's when you have to have the questions, because he has not lived up to what we thought he would be as probably the most talented running back the Lions have had since Barry Sanders.
But he's outperformed the amount of money he's been paid.
That's true because he's a rookie he's a second round pick on his rookie contract. And for now, but looking forward, I mean, you got to admit, he has been disappointing with the Lions when you talk about the impact that he was supposed to make. That depends on your
perspective. What are you looking at? I strictly look at what you pay out, what you get in return, because you have to get more in return than what you pay out.
But you never expected him to eventually take the leap into being like a star running back, more of an every down back who also caught passes out of the backfield.
Leading the league, leading the NFC in rushing.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, I never said he was going to. Nobody would say he was going to lead the NFC in rushing. Nobody would come on here and say that.
From somebody.
You did. Nobody would say that. No sane mind would say that.
I don't know where I heard that from. I mean, no sane mind would say anything like that.
That'd be like saying Scott Frost is going to bring Nebraska back.
Yeah, or the Nets are going to win the championship.
Yeah, that's you, Spenmo Rax. Yeah. That's you.
You know, that's like saying that Scott Frost is going to bring Nebraska back. That's absolute foolishness. People Pleaser has a good one here, and I want to address it when we come back. We were going to do the Darren McCarty 5 for Fun. I want to push that back one segment because I want to talk about that. And Spenmo, since you're here and you're not here tomorrow, because this all ties together. This quarterback thing.
Yeah.
I feel like we have to do it every week. You've seen enough.
Yes.
So I want the play. Spell it out for me.
Okay.
I want the play, and it ties into this, and we're going to talk about it coming up in just a couple of seconds.
Yeah. But first, let me tell you about how you can see the Lions in the midst of their playoff hunt up close and personal. Woodward Sports wants to send you and your crew front row for the Thanksgiving Day football game. That's right, you and 3 people that you're thankful for sitting in row 1. All you have to do is retweet or share our post on Twitter and IG and tag 3 of your friends or family. All 3 of those people are following Woodward Sports too. And if we pick your name, you and your crew will all get the best seats inside Ford Field. So hop on Twitter and Instagram and tag your crew. Brought to you by Lady Jane's and Custom Health Centers. Let's go, Lions.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy, better sleep, blow off steam? Step 2, join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
It's a great day to get some sense around in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh, wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Krogers, and if you want to know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
Guardian Alarm keeps you safe and gives you peace of mind whether you're at home or on the road. With their 24/7 local monitoring, they make sure the things that are important to you stay safe. All you have to do is call 1-800
Stay out.
That's 1-800
Stay out.
How many straight days of flannel protection?
154.
154 straight days of flannel protection. So call 1-800
Stay out. Get out of my house
right now and let them know Woodward Sports sent you.
Get out of the Hall of Fame, Jerome Bettis. That's attributed to Sam Flannel. Pulling up on the second hour of the show, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Terry Foster, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter, Sam Flannel, the legend. Happy to have you all with us. WoodwardSports.com chat thread popping off today. Appreciate y'all tapping into there. So, WoodwardSports.com chat thread, people pleaser. Also, Brad has this weird belief in Goff. Who builds the league's most expensive offense around Goff? To me, that isn't a tank. And people pleaser, I'll go back to it and say it like this. They have kept Goff, A, because there wasn't a better option. They didn't feel strongly about any of the quarterbacks in the draft, as a lot of you have not. And I'm getting the sense around football circles, the fans, the media, everybody, people starting to sour on this year's, this savior quarterback draft class that was coming through this year. People starting to turn a little sour on this draft class too. Do you think that's fair?
No, that is absolutely fair.
Yeah.
And I think the Lions, they had their window of opportunity before Brad Holmes got here. They blew it. Now, Brad Holmes is waiting for that quarterback to drop, and it may not happen again. So he's not just going to bring some guy in. He's going to bring in his guy.
And
even if he has to wait.
With Goff, guys, you got to remember this too. The flexibility, and I go over this a lot. Sam, I want to see how well Sam Flannel pays attention. I've spelled it out pretty well, right? What's the plan?
For $30 million, he might be worth it for $30 million a year.
No.
Because of what the Lions have in cap space in 2024 moving forward, which is over $100 million a year. And for the record, I've seen Jared Goff just look so bad in 3 games this year against New England, against the last one against the Packers, and what was
second half versus Miami?
Second half versus Miami, he was terrible, but what was that? Oh, the Cowboys. Oh, the Cowboys was his worst game of all. He turned the ball over 4 times. So I don't know. At the beginning of the year, I was on board with maybe moving forward with Goff, but he's just been so bad in so many games, and he's becoming that Jared, and he did not play well enough to win against the Packers. He tried to blow that game 100 different times, but the defense bailed him out, and Aaron Rodgers being terrible bailed him out. So I'm kind of with Spencer right now. I would probably look to move on.
But people, please, let me tell you this, though. He's in position to do so if he wants. The cap hit is the dead cap hit is very, very minimal to cut him after this season. When Sam Flannel talks about that cap number of available space in 2024, that's with $30 million already budgeted in there for a quarterback. So again, going back to it, it's T.I. You can do whatever you like because you can. If you want to get in the Lamar Jackson sweepstakes, you can do it. If you want to draft a quarterback because one fell to you, like Terry said, you can do that. You can do whatever you want if you're Brad Holmes. And the financial setup is perfect. I won't go so far as to say he has this weird belief in Goff. It's the placeholder. Because it is. Now, the reason he's here as a placeholder is because he was comfortable with him, number one. And number two, you got a first-round pick for taking him. So that was the reason that they took him. You basically took Jared Goff to get Jamison Williams. There's like a winding road to that. But I go to Spence with this because you heard him say, no, Spence has had enough.
Yep.
And you can't, look, I can't crush him on that. I can't kill you on that.
I hate it.
But anyone that says that, okay, then I hand the reins over to you. I just spelled out what the situation is. What's your move? Because you got to have a move. You can't just tell me Jared Goff sucks, get him out of here.
Yeah.
What's the move?
Cut him and draft a rookie. It's literally, if you give a rookie quarterback this offense, you put him in there right now without any experience, I have 100% confidence he can do what Jared Goff is doing. He can produce the same results that Jared Goff is producing. And definitely if you get someone who can move, who can keep plays alive, who can stay alive in the pocket, maybe get a first down with their legs, that is an element that Jared Goff does not have in his arsenal, and that is something the defense has to account for. So if you bring in a rookie who Jared Goff can be gone, and that frees up, because he'll only be a $10 million dead cap hit after this year, so that frees up $20 million. So that means you can get a better wide receiver than DJ Chark. That means you can get a better pass rusher.
DJ Chark's done in 2 months.
Yeah, and you can go out with that extra $20 million and get someone better than DJ Chark. You can get a better pass rusher than Charles Harris. You can get a better cornerback than Mike Hughes, because you don't have $20 million wrapped up into a quarterback who doesn't do enough to provide anything for your offense. I'm sick of Jared Goff. If I have to sit through another year of Jared Goff, I will be sick as a Lions fan. He's doing nothing for this offense. All he's doing is turning the ball over. The only way Jared Goff will succeed is if every single thing goes perfectly around him. If not, if the slightest inconvenience, if the slightest thing goes wrong, he falls apart. You need someone in there who can make things happen when plays break down, who can use their legs to stay open, to move around in the pocket, like a Russell Wilson, like a Patrick Mahomes, like a Josh, obviously not of that caliber. I'm not asking a rookie to come in and be Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes, but to keep a play alive, to allow your receivers to get open down the field, rather than having your first read go off and you completely shit your pants. That is not applicable for an NFL starting quarterback. You cannot do that. You need some improvisational plays. You need to be able to make things happen out of nothing as an NFL quarterback, because newsflash, not everything goes right on every single play in the NFL. You need to be able to do something when the play breaks down, and when the play breaks down, Jared Goff looks like a deer in headlights.
Bull Moose, let me ask you, are you wavering as a Lions fan?
No, not as a Lions fan.
Okay, because he's coming back next year.
I don't know.
He's going to be the starting quarterback for the Detroit Lions in 2023.
I don't know.
Can you handle that?
No. I can't sit through another year of Jared
Then
Goff.
you're wavering then. He's coming back.
I don't think he is.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. I'm salty. Says he's not worth $30 million. He's just going to get more expensive. Well, I'm salty. He's not. Like the contract is. You still have a couple more years after this year where you have him basically rent free. Though you pay the $30 million and that's it. But if you want to move on from him, you cut him and it's over. Like that's what I'm talking about. The setup is there to where you have the freedom to do what you want. So Spence. And sometimes in this business, Terry, you take low-hanging fruit. You do. That's just the way it works.
Yeah.
And it's fun sometimes.
All right. So, like, if you had, like, a Malik Willis right now. So right now, if I gave that option to you,
yeah,
you could have Jared Goff or Malik Willis right now. You would take Malik Willis. You said he's a rookie quarterback. He's starting because the starter's hurt. So see, like. This is where I'm getting real with you, because that's what it is.
Yeah.
Kenny Pickett. So you would rather have Kenny Pickett right now?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
And especially rookie quarterbacks out of this draft. Whether it be Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, Hendon Hooker, Will Levis, Richardson in the 4th round, or whenever he's going to go. I'll take a guy that can move around in the pocket and make something happen over a statue. Because it's not like Jared Goff is going out there and throwing the ball down. At least when you had Stafford, and he could move a little bit, he'd run a little bit, but he was not mobile by any means. At least he's got a 60-yard per throw howitzer attached to his arm. And you know he can drive the ball down the field when he needs to. Jared Goff can't do that either. So you have a game manager, a one-read quarterback, who turns the ball over at a higher rate than any other player in the NFL since 2019. That is not how you win football games.
So Malik Willis or Jared Goff?
Answer it.
Which one? Right now. I'm giving you what you want.
Give me Malik. Not if you're saying you got to take him over Hutchinson, but if you're saying I take Jared Goff and his $30 million salary off, put in Malik Willis, and you can put more players around him with that $30 million you're taking off the books. Yeah. Because Jared Goff isn't doing anything to win.
He should be prosecuted.
No. When he said, I don't think he really believes that, because when he said Malik Willis, he said, Malik.
Yeah.
His voice got all high. In other words, I don't know if I really believe this, but Neal nailed my ass to the wall, so I got to say something.
I didn't. You see, Terry,
You did.
I did not.
You're a prosecutor.
The way when you say "quote" nailed my ass to the wall, that is, you're saying that like I did that with bad intentions.
But in this
I didn't
draft,
say that.
in this draft,
you know what? Sometimes it's by accident when you nail someone to the wall.
In this draft, I do believe the quarterbacks are better, prospects than the last draft. I believe Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud are better prospects than Kenny Pickett and Malik Willis.
So you're still high on this class then, because I think people are wavering.
I'm still high on this class, yes.
Okay.
I think even though Bryce Young's 5'7", he can be a better quarterback than Jared Goff.
I think we may do that tomorrow. Are you wavering on this draft class for as far as the quarterbacks are concerned?
I got my new guy, Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams, dog. 28 touchdowns, 1 interception.
I don't believe he's draft eligible, though.
He's not.
Yeah,
No,
he's got to play one more season.
Next year.
Yeah.
Damn.
WoodwardSports.com chat with Robert Closia. Spenmo is a Titans and Malik Willis fan and a Justin Fields fan. 100 yards passing, 100 yards rushing. Spence is hung up on fantasy
Justin
stats.
Fields had 300 all-purpose yards and 4 touchdowns against the Dolphins. If Jared Goff does that when you play the Dolphins, you win the damn football game. So shut up. Justin Fields is playing great football. Get over it.
Okay, and this might be a layup, but I'm going to put it up, and Spencer's going to knock it out the ballpark. Justin Fields or Jared Goff?
Justin Fields 7 days of the week and twice on
You're
Sunday.
going to knock that one out the park.
I'm with him on that one.
Okay.
I am really warming up to Justin Fields. I am very intrigued to watch this game on Sunday.
Oh, Justin Fields type of quarterback. A Justin Fields type of quarterback and Jalen Hurts has a team undefeated right now. Like, would you rather have we can't have a Justin Fields type of quarterback. We'd rather have a statue that sits in the pocket, turns the ball over 4 times a game, can only make 1 read, and throw the ball 25 yards. God.
Okay, over, under, rushing yards for Justin Fields against the Detroit Lions. I'm going to set it at 125.
Under. I'll go just under.
Go under, okay. But just.
He'll be over 100, though.
I'll go with the over with Spence when he's at Big Boy with the loaded fries. I know that for a fact. I've seen it in action for limited time only. The burgers and loaded fries are available at Big Boy. Not just the Slim Jim, the Big Jim. The chili cheese is such a tease. Guess what else is new? It's the bacon blue. Got to upgrade the fries. Chili cheese fries, baked potato fries, or the banger. The ultimate banger of the group, the nacho fries. Satisfy those taste buds at Big Boy.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. Baby, talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991? Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Neal Ruhl here for Chili Peppers Tanning, where you find the cleanest salons in the D with spotless sanitized rooms with trained and certified tanning professionals. Join the Pepper Club. Get all the best deals. They'll beat the competitors' prices by at least $5. You can get the Australian Gold, Designer Skin, Cal Tan, and Spencer Raxter's personal choice, the Swedish Beauty Lotions.
Oh, yeah.
ChiliPepperStanning.com, the hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, the darkest tans. They are your vitamin D headquarters, 27 locations, and more on the way. And that's what they did earlier today on our show. Big partners of the community, too, with the Detroit Dog Rescue. It's Chili Peppers Tanning. Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal, Ruhl, Terry Foster, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter. New presence here in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Eric Wall says Goff is not worth a roster spot. Said that last year. But then, Eric, my question, then what's the play? Like, anyone could just say, I want a Ferrari. I don't have a Ferrari yet. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the move then? And we'll get deeper into that, I think, tomorrow. That's why I kind of put Spenmo on the spot like that. And I didn't, quote, nail his ass to the wall.
Yes, you did.
And I didn't, quote, set him up or anything like that.
I like how Neal does stuff and then says, I didn't do that.
Yeah. And so...
And meanwhile, Spencer's like, oh, damn, I can't get off this wall, man. I got nails.
You know that wasn't with ill intention or anything like that. I was curious to your answer.
Yeah. And that's people in the chat thread saying, I said Justin Fields is great. I didn't say Justin Fields is great. I said he's getting better, and he's better than Jared Goff. He results in winning more games than Jared Goff. That style of play, the ability he has, is more important to winning football games than Jared Goff. So, Robert Colosia, you can suck your advanced analytics all day. It's about winning football games. And guess what they do? They win football games. Jalen Hurts wins football games.
Fields played high-level football on Sunday. It's just unfortunate for him, he went up against the ultimate winner at the quarterback spot in the National Football League.
Hey, Tua did ball out in that game.
And guess who I'd rather have? Tua over Jared Goff.
Well, duh.
There aren't a lot of quarterbacks in this league, starting quarterbacks, that you're saying, would you rather have him or Jared Goff? That I'd take Jared Goff over. There's not a lot.
Spencer has...
Would you rather have a guy that wins 70% of every NFL game he's ever played or Jared Goff? I mean, that one's pretty easy.
I'd rather have Tua.
Or 30% of all his games.
or has more interceptions.
Spencer to the wall, man. He's woken up.
Yeah. I feel as though I didn't,
little
quote,
cheeks are going back and forth. He's all upset.
I didn't, quote, nail him to the wall.
Whatever.
That was just a question that I wanted the answer to. Breaking news real quick. The Brooklyn Nets have named Ock Vaughn as the Nets head coach. Former Kansas Jayhawk great Ock Vaughn.
Oh.
No J. That's why we call him Ock Vaughn. That dude never could make a jump shot. But whatever. Jock Vaughn has been named the head coach of the Brooklyn Nets. Still going to win the NBA title?
Oh, damn.
No? That's over? Okay.
I'm never making a prediction on this show because Neal's going to say, oh, T, you said the Lions are going to win 7 games. Are they still going to win 7 games?
Well, you should be held accountable. I'm right. Like, we're not just up here talking, bullshit, right? Like we're.
No, I guess
right?
not.
We're not, right? You got to be held accountable.
That tone. Neal's throwing back everything, man. He did nail you to the wall.
I did not nail you to the wall.
Take responsibility.
Let's honor a guy that has nailed a lot of guys to the wall, certainly up against the boards in hockey. No Darren McCarty today, but D-Mac's 5 for fighting lives on. So I figure why not have a guy who thinks that Darren McCarty's career was mid read Darren McCarty's 5 for fighting. 5 points. We give our thoughts, and then we move on.
It is kind of ironic, isn't it? And it's nice to talk about a Detroit team that actually has gotten off to a fast start. Question number 1, just quite simply, where are you at with the Iser plan?
You guys know the answer to that with me, man. We cool, bro. We absolutely cool. $30 million to spend on the cap next year. Got a whole new free agency class. Have the options to make any kind of move for any kind of player. The Austin Matthews, when Ken Holland fails in Edmonton to win with Connor McDavid, when that whole blow-up happens, we can get in the mix of that as well. I'm cool with it, T-Foss.
I'm not going to mention money, but I will say this. Steve Eisman is the real deal. And when he says, you know what, I'm going to chill on free agency, I believe in him. When he brings in a guy like Kubalik, I believe in him. this guy has done it before, and he's with an organization that's done it before, it's going to work out. I think they're on pace, like what they're doing. He cool with me.
You're good with it, right, Spenny?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm always good with it. Everybody should be good with it. The guy, like T. Foster said, not only has he won a championship as a player, but he built a dynasty in Tampa Bay. So you can't question anything the man does.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Clomp Sauce, Steven Syret says, Iser Plan, 1919.
1919.
We cool, bro.
Absolutely. I think we're all cool with the Iser Plan. Question number 2. Which Red Wing has surprised you this year positively?
I've been surprised with Perron, and last night notwithstanding, by the way. Can't go 0-for-7 on the power play against Montreal.
Not.
You were able to get a point, but you left one on the table, yes. I've been surprised with Perron. Just, I know what he was advertised as, and I know that what he was brought here to do, he's done very well. It's just for me, with Perron being 34, he's exceeded my expectations, but he's legitimized the power play last night. Now, taking out of account last night.
Every team has a bad game. You don't need to keep bringing it up.
You want to make the playoffs in this conference, in this division, Terry. You can't have that, man.
Is this November or is this March?
Okay.
It's November.
I'm just asking.
Okay, Terry, then you get back to me in April when they're 1 point out of the playoffs. Say, man, where could we have gotten that point at? Oh, you win the sorry-ass Montreal Canadiens. All right, Spenny, what do you got?
I'm going to say Ben Sherratt and his offensive capabilities. That's not something I obviously expected him to come in and solidify the blue line, to be a bruiser, to be a mauler, but he's been getting involved in the offense pretty well, and I did not see that coming.
Third minute.
All right, so I think we would all agree that we're happy that the Red Wings have 17 points in 13 games. That is a damn good start. But are there any anthills, like things that you see that the Red Wings are struggling with that aren't a big deal now, but could rear their ugly head in the future?
You guys already know where I'm going with this one, man.
Face-offs?
Win some face-offs. Win a face-off. And again, you can track that back. You win that game last night if you win more faceoffs. I'm convinced of it. I'm absolutely convinced of it, especially when they were on the power play. That was a big reason why they were 0-for-7 on the power play. Just losing faceoff after faceoff after faceoff in Montreal's zone. It's a geeky thing with me, but it is true, Terry. The more faceoffs you win, the more you have the puck. The more you have the puck, the more times you're going to score.
Here, I'm going to become an old guy. Back in the day, when the Wings were good, I swear they won 100% of their face-offs.
Oh, yeah.
Sure wasn't that high, but they just won them all the time.
Draper,
it's
Hank.
very important. Get possession in somebody's zone. You're the one that's flicking it around rather than the other team looking and scrambling to get it out. Yeah, I will agree. Face-offs are huge, but I don't think we don't pay much attention to them.
And by the way, WoodwardSports.com chat thread, yes, Rack, no backup goalie will become an issue. That's the other one. What do you got on it, Spence?
That's mine.
That
is no backup goalie. Not having a guy that you can put out there every third game and be like, all right, we feel confident that he'll be able to make enough plays to get us the win. That is something.
And to qualify it, yes, Ned played well against the Rangers after he gave up an early one. But be real with yourself. You feel confident when you see Ned on the lineup? I don't. Still.
When the Wings feel confident, I'll feel confident.
There you go. Well said. Mike G. Neal, the Wings outplayed the Habs last night. Just need to tie up Hoffman on the back check, but that's on the forwards. You go 0-for-7 on the power play, Mike. You didn't play well.
Don't deserve to win when you go 0-for-7 on the power play.
With a 5-minute major mixed in there as well.
Dude,
fourth minute.
Such a missed opportunity. Anywho, the fourth minute. What are your early thoughts on head coach Derek Lalonde? Do you think he's doing a good job? Are you impressed?
As advertised, right? I mean, D-Mac talked about it too. He was going to come in here with the 1-1-3. And I like the way people complained, I think, about the Red Wings defensively at the beginning of the season because of the shot totals that were given up, but it's been by design. And look, I'm not going to pretend that I'm hockey elite enough to give you the finer points of the 1-1-3. I have a good resource here, obviously, with Darren McCarty. But the total system changed. So how can you not? Like, how can you say, oh, I would have preferred Derek Lalonde, I would have saw this out of him? No, T. Foss. The system has been switched and it's working.
That's right. Even Scotty Bowman, when he was a Red Wing coach, came in and said, "Oh yeah, this is a great offensive team. Y'all got to play defense." So he went to the left wing lot. The Wings are playing defense. Now they had a clunker the other day, but for the most part, you're not getting great opportunities against them. And then your boy Huso is stopping the ones that they do. So Lalone, whatever he is making a difference. Yes.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's been coaching them up. The guys seem bought in to his system. Like you said, the new system he implemented is working. The defense has improved. They're hitting a lot. They're hitting guys. They're making plays, and yeah, it seems like he's improved. Obviously, the influx of talent that was brought in is definitely a big help to that as well. But he seems like he has the guys bought in, so I'm happy for him.
And on the WoodwardSports.com chat thread, guys, real quick, we're not going the personal appearance route. I'm not gonna bring up when you guys say that he looks like Gru with the minions and stuff. We're not going there.
He does though.
We're not going there.
Yeah, it's fair.
That's my job, and I'm not going to do it.
5th minute.
All right, minute 5. So we're about a sixth of the way through the season, believe it or not. Who is the Red Wings' most valuable player so far?
Dylan Larkin. I honestly do believe that. As I've watched him through this season, the consistency that he's played with, I honestly believe that. If he is your number 2 center, you're a Stanley Cup contender.
Agreed.
I am prepared to plant that flag because I know Yzerman will address the number of bodies on the defensive spot for the Red Wings. I know he'll increase those number of bodies of competent defenders. I know that. If Dylan Larkin is the second center, you're a Stanley Cup contender. I'll say that again.
I'm going to go with Kubalik, but I understand Dylan Larkin. Here's what I like about Dylan Larkin. He's a little fella, but he's out there scrapping. You push him, he's pushing you back. And I haven't seen that with he's not a superstar, but how about a Red Wing star since Gordie Howe would shove your ass back if you mess with him.
Yeah.
Steve Yzerman didn't have to do it. He had D-Mac and Koser and all these other dudes to do that for him. But I like the fact that he'll do his little bump and grind now and then.
I'm going to go Ville Husso. I think you brought him in. The guy's making plays. He's got 2 shutouts already this season. He didn't look great last night, but he still made enough saves to keep them in the game. So I'm going to go Ville Husso. I think he's brought a lot in the net, and he's the best goalie that we've had since, Jimmy, I don't want to say Jimmy Howard, but since Chris Osgood, honestly.
Ooh, wow.
Planting the flag.
Wow.
I like it. People say we're kind of crazy for giving up on Ned so early. Play your way into it.
No, you gave up on Ned.
Billy's better.
Oh, he did too? Okay.
Billy's better.
Billy Husso's better.
Well, it
That's a
doesn't
statement.
mean you gave up on somebody because you think somebody else is better. Because what happens with fans, if you say, well, I like this guy better. Oh, you think this other guy sucks? No, I just like somebody else better.
Klomsauce asks, what if he's the number 1 center? Then I don't think you can contend for the Stanley Cup.
I do think you can be a playoff team, though, and
Sure,
we might see
absolutely.
that from the Red Wings this year, and that's one of the things that we love to see out of Dylan Larkin. I love all your guys' answers, by the way, because I think you guys named the top 3, kind of the undisputed top 3 most important players for the Red Wings so far.
I love a
this
mushroom
season.
and Swiss omelet, too.
Oh, and as do I, but we're not talking about that right now. We are talking about Swiss Insurance Group. Swiss Insurance Group and their employees are heavily involved in their community. It is very rewarding, but comes with great responsibility. If you sit on a local youth sports board, homeowners association, or a volunteer coach, directors and officers insurance is a must. Make sure the kids, parents, and volunteers are protected. Call Swiss Insurance today.
Thanksgiving is all about family and friends. That's why Woodward Sports wants to send you and your crew front row for the Thanksgiving Day football game.
Easy there. Hey, it's Thanksgiving. Shouldn't you be in Detroit losing a football game right now?
That's right, you and 3 people that you're thankful for sitting in row number 1. So close you can hear the action, smell the excitement, and taste the glory of Detroit football. All you have to do to enter is retweet or share our post on Twitter and IG and tag 3 of your friends or family. If all 3 of those people are following Woodward Sports too, and we pick your name, you and your crew will all get the best seats inside Ford Field. So hop on Twitter and Instagram and tag your crew. And we'll see you Thanksgiving Day at Ford Field. Brought to you by Lady Jane's and Custom Health Centers.
Life is full of hard choices. We're here to make one of life's biggest decisions as simple as possible. My name is Christina Gennari, and for over 20 years, I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes. We cover all of Metro Detroit and more, from large luxury homes to starter homes. We will work hard to make sure that you get the home of your dreams. So if you're in the market today or even thinking about buying or selling in the future, make the obvious choice. Christina Gennari, the obvious choice in real estate. Visit us at soldchristina.com today.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Terry Foster, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter, WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Ethan Brown just kind of wrapping up this Red Wings discussion. Larkin could be a number one center on a Stanley Cup team, but you need to have great defense and a goalie and an elite winger like an Ovi. Well, Ethan, that's a lot of ands.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I would just prefer to have the elite number one center than have Larkin be the number two center, and then I'll take my chances.
Yeah, why didn't
with
you
that.
mention having Scotty Bowman in today as coach? I mean, come on.
Those were a lot of ifs. College football playoff rankings released yesterday. Georgia at the number one spot, and Michigan in there as well. Georgia number one, Ohio State 2, Michigan at the 3 spot, TCU at the 4 spot. I don't really have a big problem with that as it's set up. Just being consistent. I'll give you guys a second to get your keyboard fingers ready. If I had to change one, I would put TCU in front of Michigan. I just would, but whatever. The crux of the matter is it's still the same based on resumes. So why? Why, Sam Flynn? Why the face?
No, I was just going to say, to the shock of absolutely no one.
It's not a hate thing. It's the resume thing. 4 top 25 wins. A road top 25 win. Beat the number 8 team in the country. Show me your resume, Sam
I'll tell you
Flannel.
what, though. I think the Penn State win was more impressive than the Oklahoma State win. Oklahoma State has 3 losses. Now, TCU beat the worst Oklahoma team since before Bob Stoops. That road win at Kansas has kind of came back down to earth.
Well, yeah, they're going to lose rankings because TCU beat all these teams, man.
But they had other losses. Oklahoma State and Kansas have 3. Kansas State, on their resume, another win for TCU. Kansas State lost to Tulane, and their quarterback is Adrian Martinez. And I know he's improved, but we weren't high on Adrian Martinez at Nebraska.
That dude's still playing?
Yeah, he plays on Kansas State. I know. But for the record,
I'll say that I don't take that conference seriously.
Big 12?
I don't. TCU.
I don't take the Big 10 seriously.
And not this year, but normally you do. Normally you do. But TCU, I'll put Michigan ahead of TCU.
Based on what?
Based on the fact that I think it's more of a traditional power than TCU. TCU
so
is
what?
It's like a Johnny come lately. Do you think? Are you really impressed that TCU beat Kansas?
Yeah, it was a nice win. It was a ranked win.
You won't give that.
Lucky this
you
year.
won't.
It was a road win. It was a road win.
But you
really
won't
wild.
give any courtesy to Michigan for beating Penn State, who was a top 10 team at the time. And Michigan didn't just beat them; they ran for 418 yards. And they're going to get another ranked win against Illinois. Not a huge win.
The same way you dismissed the Oklahoma State win, I dismissed the Penn State win. Are we fair there? Where's your road ranked wins? Where's a road win over anybody that's alive?
That's coming. They have their opportunity to shut everybody up, and I hope that they do.
That's fair. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Chuck Brewer says, I still think Clemson's ranked too high at 10. Boy, Clemson, man.
Dude, what about DJ Uiagalelei? He's turned
When are
back
we
into
done? When are we done with this guy?
Now, he played well to start the year, but he's turned exactly back into who he was last year these last couple of games. He has been morbid.
Chuck also says, shocking Michigan's even in Neal's top 10. They're in the top 10.
9.
Anthony Hurley. Neal doesn't watch college football. It's obvious, except for his West Coast 11 p.m. games or whatever. I would say the rest of you don't, because other teams are beating ranked teams. And here's the thing: they're playing road games and they're winning road games. You guys keep telling me what's gonna be. I'm telling you what is. Give me the resume.
But is it
okay? Get off the Penn State game then. The Oklahoma State and the Penn State game cancel each other out. Then what?
But is it fair that Michigan going ahead?
Then what, Sam Flannel?
Okay, I'm saying that Michigan going ahead has probably definitely the second best road test of the year after Tennessee at Georgia. And if they win that, you can't say anything else.
Right. No, and I said that.
But it hasn't happened.
I know.
We're talking resumes.
Fellas, this argument cannot end until they play Ohio State and must beat them. But yeah, I mean, some people, and I'm on that board, on that train a lot of times, take road victories high under consideration. And Michigan has not had that. They've not had the key road win.
No, that's very very true. And
They've
I
not had a
admit that.
real road win.
It's very true when Terry says it, but when Neal says it,
No, that's I've said that Michigan doesn't have a road win, but Neal, it seems like you come at it from the standpoint that it's a foregone conclusion that they're just going to go to Ohio State and get pounded. You haven't given Ohio State enough flack for that embarrassing performance up front against Northwestern, where they couldn't stop Northwestern on the ground. They couldn't stop Evan Hull from running it right down their throat.
They gave him 7 points to him, Sam Flannel.
Okay, but Northwestern just ran it up and down the field. That's a problem. That shows that Ohio State, just like last year, is weaker up front than they should be, than they were when Urban Meyer was the coach, than they were when Jim Tressel was the coach.
But you know what? Ohio State people are doing the Michigan. Well, it was really windy that day, and it was raining.
And that's true.
I'm sorry. Guys, I'm an old guy. You build teams in the Big Ten based on bad weather. I'm sick and tired of you young guys saying, oh, my God, it was raining and it was cold and everything. Well, God dog it, we're in the Midwest. It's supposed to rain sometimes. It's supposed to snow. It's supposed to be windy. It's supposed to be miserable. You're supposed to have a team that overcomes that. So I'm not buying the Ohio State. The game was only close because the weather was bad. No, they may not be that good. They're closer to earth than they've been in the years, and so much so that, yes, Michigan can go into the shoe and win.
Okay, you got to show me. And I don't think that's unfair of me to ask for.
It's not.
It's not unfair.
Here's where
it's not being a hater.
You know what you did to Spencer today? I will do that to you.
Okay, please do.
If Michigan beats Ohio State and you come in and okay, I was a win.
I won't. No. No.
All right.
There will be none of that. You go into Columbus and win.
Thanks, Larry.
You go into Columbus and win. You're in there.
Okay.
I'm still waiting for that.
You
but.
cannot
I'm waiting
say
for
the
it.
word "but."
No, there are no
show.
buts. There are no buts because Sam Flannel. Because I know what you guys want. You want me to give it to you like just as a taste? Well, the non-conference schedule was so weak. No, because you guys know where I stand on this.
You don't blame Michigan.
Don't blame Michigan at all.
And that's
they should never play anybody in the non-conference, and they won't again next year.
I got his excuse. Yes, guys, Michigan did win at Ohio State, but they geared up the whole season for one game.
No, there is none of that.
They didn't have to, expend themselves or anything. They had a one-game season, so they won at Ohio State. Whoop-de-doo. I'm telling you.
No, if they beat Ohio State, you're in there.
Okay.
And good for you. You did a great job, manipulating the schedule, and you did it again next year.
But
good for you.
Okay.
Like, for real.
You hear him now?
I mean, I do think, Neal, you will give credit. But
I will give credit.
For the record,
sure.
For the record, too, Spencer's school, Michigan State, kind of screwed up by being so bad and coming into the Michigan game with a losing record, because I still think that's a big win over MSU. I really do.
No, that is not a big win. Of course you do. If you're a 22. Stop. See, this is where you guys lose me all the time. You were a 22-point favorite in that game.
Let me ask a question, Spencer and Neal. Was MSU beating that 3-win Michigan team in 2008 a big win for MSU?
Not really.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. That's all I wanted to hear, because the situation was reversed quite a few times in the Brady Hoke and Rich Rod days, and it always seems that whenever MSU gets to beat Michigan, it's always a big win, no matter what. So I'm gonna play your guys' game.
If you're beating a team you're better than, it's not a big win.
Eric Wall.
You know what? Once again, old guy, and maybe I've been asleep for the last 100 years, but I thought Michigan and Michigan State were rivals.
Yeah.
When you beat your rival, that's a big
deal.
It's
big,
it's big to you. Yeah, it's big to you.
Not big to the.
It's not big in the college football.
To the college football landscape.
A lot of times, Central and Western is not big in the the grand scheme.
I like
of
that
college
rivalry,
football.
though. I do. It's a
But
rivalry.
when they play each other, that means a lot.
Yeah, it's big for, like I said, personally and for bragging rights, but not for your college football resume.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Eric Wall says, who is Ohio State beat on the road? Not trying to be a smartass. I'm just asking. Well, they beat Big Bad Penn State, who according to Sam Flannel, is a college football powerhouse.
That was a big win for Ohio State. I will give them that.
And outscored them, put 28 on them in the fourth quarter.
They were
the same way
losing,
you talk about the rushing yards, they put 28 on them in the fourth quarter.
That was huge.
And Stroud threw for 1,000,000 yards.
No, that was a big win for Ohio State. I was impressed at their resilience. I'm not going to knock them for that game. You're not going to get that from me.
I do have something, though, about the college football
nobody
playoff.
walks into Northwestern and wins.
It's tough. It's what, Ryan Field, right?
Ryan Field.
Yeah.
I think what's their capacity? Like 40,000 or something like
I
that.
think there was like 22,000 there, and all of them were.
No, they sold out.
No, it was empty.
Really? Well,
up in the corners, it was empty.
I thought at the beginning.
Well, it was such a close game. Why would it be empty at the end?
Because of the rain
and the wind.
and
oh, okay.
cold.
I just thought you wanted both ways. I did have an epiphany about Michigan, though, and I'm going to tell you about it next.
Yeah, and I can tell you guys about your opportunity to go see the Lions front row on Thanksgiving, because Woodward Sports wants to send you and your crew front row for the Thanksgiving Day football game. That's right, you and 3 people that you're thankful for sitting row 1. All you have to do to enter is retweet and share our post on Twitter and Instagram and tag 3 of your friends or family. All 3 of those people must be following Woodward Sports, and if we pick your name, you and your crew will get the best seats inside Ford Field. So hop on Twitter and Instagram and tag your crew. Brought to you by Lady Jane's and Custom Health Center.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
When you need apparel, there's only one place to go. Big Frog in Novi. With no setup fees, no artwork fees, no minimum, and a 24-hour turnaround, you can have your whole team outfitted in no time. Embroidery, direct-to-garment, vinyl, and screen printing, Big Frog has it all in all the styles you want. So whether it's a sports team, fundraiser, school event, or corporate needs, Big Frog is your one-stop destination. Visit bigfrog.com/Novi or call 844-4-BIG-FROG.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Neal Ruhl here for Planet Fitness, home of the judgment-free zone, where you can work out in a non-intimidating, judgment-free atmosphere. The gym that's always been known for being cleaner than clean is now cleaner than ever. Tons of equipment, full-body workout in just 30 minutes in the 30-minute circuit. All memberships include fitness training, and you get all this for just $10 a month. Join today in club. You'll pass a couple on the way home. Just pull in the parking lot and join there, or go to planetfitness.com. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential. Coming down the stretch here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. On the TV screen here in the monitor, Sam Flannel, Tua, 70% completion percentage, 15 touchdowns, 3 picks this year.
He's taken a major step forward this year. I mean, I've been impressed. I will admit it. He's had 3 games where he has been the primary reason, along with his receivers, that they win. I'll give him credit.
Well, he's got to throw it to somebody.
He's got to throw it to somebody. But Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, especially Tyreek Hill, those are major somebodies.
What about this, real quick? And I do want to continue the college football. Just give me this. Josh Allen, they say it's not a UCL issue, that it's a sprained elbow. Say there's something more to it. Say he misses some time. Say the Dolphins win the division. Tua MVP talk? He stays at this rate?
I don't know, because you got Patrick Mahomes and Jalen Hurts. I don't think he could ever pass them. He missed some games. Remember, Tua missed some games. I think it's I think it's Jalen Hurts.
You're
and
just
Patrick
a Tua
Mahomes.
hater. You're just a Tua hater.
I'm not a Tua hater.
You're a Tua hater.
You got to have him in the consideration.
Really? Over
Yes.
Patrick Mahomes? Patrick Mahomes is the front runner right now.
Brother, did I say over Patrick Mahomes or did I say in the conversation?
I'd put him.
He only asked, should he be in the conversation?
That's
You
it.
still over there saying, I don't know about that.
I'd put him maybe fourth or fifth if that happens. That's not unreasonable.
In the conversation doesn't mean one person. It could be top 3, top 4, a guy that you're considering. You may not vote for him, but you're going to consider it. You can't even give 2 of that.
No, I can't.
You will not give him any credit.
I just
All
give
right,
him
let's
credit.
start all over. Stop. Shh. Hey, Sam. If Jared Allen, who may not play the rest of the say he doesn't play the rest of the season, and Miami wins that division, can we have Tua under consideration for MVP talk?
Maybe like 4th or 5th in the conversation. That's fair.
Sam Flannel.
That's fair.
That's Sam Flannel not giving Tua any credit. You sound like a GW the Kid, WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Neal has not given Michigan credit.
You haven't. You give no credit.
Okay, I give you credit for overcoming, a deficit at halftime against Rutgers. I give you credit for that.
That 28
bouncing back and winning that game when you were losing at halftime. That's big,
dude.
Does Ohio State get credit for bouncing back?
No, he doesn't give Ohio State credit for that.
Oh, okay.
No, Ohio State absolutely deserves credit for bouncing back against Penn State and dominating that second half and fourth quarter. But I will say this though, those first halves for Michigan, they're a problem, and I'm really, really concerned that it could bite them against the better
I wait for that
competition.
text every Saturday.
Because it's always there. It's always
It's 10-7 every game.
Every game. It's unbelievable.
It's 10-7 or 13-7. Every Michigan game.
What was the final score though?
Oh, it was 52-17. It was. I mean, those second halves, those adjustments, they've been. I mean, Michigan State blowout, Penn State blowout. I mean, they always come.
Maybe they have to get lathered up.
I know, but college football is the one sport where you can't lose one game or your season might be screwed. So they can't lollygag like that. I mean, they've gotten away with it, but will they get away with it against Ohio State or a playoff team? I don't know. I don't think so.
No. All right. So anyway, I had an epiphany about Michigan, and I think I see how this is going to go. And we talked about it in the beginning of the season. I have noticed other media entities in this town start to take this and run with it. Can the loser of the Michigan-Ohio State game still get in the playoff? And I said some things would have to break right, but this college football playoff ranking told me that that's not going to happen. And the reason I say that is because inexplicably, I haven't heard a lot of people say this, LSU at 7-2 popped all the way up to number 7. And no one noticed it because we laugh at Brian Kelly and stuff like that.
Family.
Yeah. Everyone laughs. No one gives him credit for being a good football coach, but he's a damn good football coach.
He's my guy because he put Central Michigan on the map.
There you go.
So I have nothing bad to say about the man.
So LSU moving up to 7 told me all I needed to know. In that the loser of the Michigan-Ohio State game can no longer get in the playoffs. Certainly not Ohio State. If you lose at home, Ohio State's cooked. They're not getting in. Even with the close loss, Michigan's not getting in either. Certainly if LSU wins the SEC championship game over, because Georgia's in, no matter what. Provided they don't have a meltdown and implosion, they're in, even if they lose to LSU. If they were smart, they would, and I've always said this, if they were smart, they would lose to LSU.
Because you don't think Georgia's going to kick LSU's ass?
No, I mean, they would win. Like, I'm not calling LSU to win that game.
Okay, then Michigan,
I'm
Ohio
saying
State
no.
loser can get in.
No, they can't. Because when you look at Tennessee and the resume, because Tennessee's not going to lose another game unless Vanderbilt pops off and beats them. Tennessee's not losing another game. They got a little bit of a test, I guess, against South Carolina. But you take Michigan's resume with the loss, and you stack it up with Tennessee or the Oregon USC triumph, whoever ends up coming out of that Pac-12 with one loss. Because Oregon's going to get rewarded, even though they got murdered by Georgia.
That was bad.
Murdered. And I don't want to see it. For the record, I don't want to see it. They're going to take Oregon or they'll take USC over Michigan. And here's why. Stay with me, everybody. Because Michigan is more valuable to college football in the Rose Bowl than they are getting nuked in the first round of the college football playoff because of the tradition, because of the hierarchy,
the granddaddy of them
because of the granddaddy of them all, because there's a guy that runs the Rose Bowl that makes $625,000 a year to run the Rose Bowl, that's juiced in with the people at the NCAA and all that kind of stuff.
How do I get that job?
Michigan is way more valuable to college football in the Rose Bowl than they are getting jettisoned in the first round of the playoff against Georgia.
You're right and you're wrong. First of all, the fact that Alabama's not Alabama and won't be there. There's only one team now in college football that you can almost sort of say is unbeatable, and maybe that's Georgia. But they almost lost to Missouri. The elite teams are closer to earth than they were before. I don't think the committee thinks Michigan is going to go to the semifinals and get their asses kicked this year.
No, because they're not going to go because they've already laid the groundwork for it too. How they're critical of Michigan's schedule and all that stuff. You cannot put them in ahead of Tennessee if they're both got one loss.
But
can't do it.
Michigan, even though you're right about the Rose Bowl thing, Michigan is still very valuable in the college football semifinals. And a lot of times, if you notice, teams are ranked ahead of other teams because of reputation. Notre Dame was ranked high because of reputation. Michigan is ahead of TCU because of reputation. Michigan is going to always be ahead of Tennessee because of reputation. And LSU's not going to beat Georgia. So they're gone. See you, LSU. Nice season. So Georgia's going to go. They're not going to put a Pac-10 team unless it's USC ahead of Michigan. They're not putting Oregon ahead of Michigan in the playoffs.
If they're both one loss, they are. If it's Tennessee, Oregon, and Michigan, Tennessee and Oregon are going to be put at. You've already heard them talk about it, Terry. What do they talk? Sam, what does the committee talk about when they reference Michigan?
They have that their out-of-conference schedule was weak, which it is. And it's kind of an odd symptom of the college football playoff that the Rose Bowl is so devalued that it almost means nothing, and that they would have to have a matchup like Michigan and USC to have anyone give a crap.
Guys, here, they say that now, but because the final decision doesn't have to be made. When the final decision has to be made, all of a sudden that stuff goes away. Just Michigan's a fine ball club. They only lost one game, and we're putting them in.
No, they do that. But however, I'm saying here, just another thing to keep an eye. I like to dig a little deeper. Holla at Dre says, stop counting people's pockets, Neal. Well, holla at Dre. Where the money is where you're going to find what happens. That's the way it always seems to work. It's really, really weird like that. It's really wild. I just contend, and even Mike G says, the Rose Bowl would be a cash register if Michigan's in it. It's been proven that way. And when's the last time Michigan's been out to the Rose Bowl?
And would that be, that would have been after the 06 season, right, where they lost
well, yeah, that's right. And by the way, you know who's won a Rose Bowl more recently than Michigan? TCU, Terry. So there's
that's
that.
Right.
That's very true.
But that doesn't count.
Okay.
I'm telling you, the decisions are still made on what happened in the 80s and the 70s and stuff. I'll give you USC. They will put USC ahead of Michigan in the college football playoffs, but they won't do it with Oregon or TCU if they all have one loss. Or Tennessee.
The audience is built into the playoff. The ratings are the ratings. It's built into the playoff.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The
ratings are not built into the Rose Bowl.
People are going to watch the playoff regardless.
Right. People will not watch the Rose Bowl regardless.
Yeah.
Unless.
But it's still cuter to see that block M up on the
But if it's Michigan versus USC in the Rose Bowl, that would get numbers.
And people in the chat are saying, that's a very 80s take by you, Neal. But it's proven. People are going to watch it. When Michigan goes to the Rose Bowl, all the tickets are sold, all the hotels are booked, and everybody watches.
And it could be a preview of next year's Big Ten title.
See?
So I'm already got.
They are dying for that. They are dying for that.
The Rose Bowl committee most certainly is, and hell, maybe my father-in-law and I will make a trip out to Pasadena. We shall see. But I would much rather get the Natty.
Sam, do you think Michigan can beat Tennessee?
At home, I think
not at home. Neutral site.
Neutral site.
You wouldn't have played one.
I think it's a pick'em. Honestly, I think it's a pick'em. It all depends on if Michigan can get their red zone woes cleaned up, which I don't know. I haven't seen it yet, so probably right now, gun to my head, Tennessee. Oh, I hate to say it, but yeah.
It's fair.
Did you say no?
What a quarterback matchup, though. The Michigan all-time single-season touchdown passing record holder J.J. McCarthy against Hendon Hooker.
Who's got the advantage at quarterback?
Hendon Hooker. He's also 25 years old. And
is true.
JJ's a sophomore.
Who's
but
got the advantage at quarterback?
Tennessee. Hendon Hooker. I'm not an idiot. I'm not delusional. It's obviously Hendon Hooker.
You know what? We don't give this guy credit enough for being really cute.
No. Tell him about Big Frog.
Well, you can get a free T-shirt if you want one. All you got to do is go to Big Frog in Novi because they will print you out a free Woodward Sports T-shirt on the spot. So go to Big Frog Novi today and claim your free Woodward Sports T-shirt or visit them online at bigfrog.com/Novi.
For a limited time only, all new burgers and loaded fries at Big Boy. It's not a Slim Jim, it's the Big Jim. The chili cheese is such a tease. Guess what else is new? The bacon blue. How about upgrading those fries? Chili cheese fries, baked potato fries, nacho fries. What will it be? Satisfy those taste buds at Big Boy.
My name is Lee. I've lost 35 pounds on the Custom Health Center program. So the three biggest benefits that I've gotten from this program has been I'm not snoring anymore, I have a lot of energy, it's great, and oh, by the way, look at this. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Call us at 844-789-THIN or visit CustomHealthCenters.com for a free consultation and get started for as little as $5 a day.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991? Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
At Alta, uptime matters. Alta Equipment has everything you need to get the job done. Have a big project coming up, Alta Ret has you covered. Call them today at 844-GO-TO-ALTA. That is 844-GO-TO-ALTA.
Final segment of the show, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Terry Foster, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter, Patty Grimes. Tennessee had a worse non-conference schedule than Michigan, Ball State, Akron, Tennessee, Martin. They also have multiple top 10 wins, and their only loss was to number 1 Georgia. So stop with that, guys.
Yeah, they beat Alabama and they lost to Georgia. You're telling me Michigan's resume is better than Tennessee, you're smoking crack.
Come get your people, Sam Flannel.
No, that Tennessee's resume is better, but Tennessee's out of conference might have even been worse than Michigan. It's not Michigan's fault the Big Ten isn't very good. That's a fact. Michigan had nothing to do with that.
Right. So there is that. By the way, multiple top 10 wins as well. Multiple.
And Tennessee's got a better resume. I've never disputed that. I
would be if LSU did pull this off, though. Sam Flannel, be honest with me. If LSU pulls this off and runs a table, they're getting in. You know they're getting in.
100%.
Oh, you know they're getting in.
The SEC champion is getting in.
Because they have to.
Alabama.
Because they have to because Georgia's in.
Yeah, I don't care if they got 4 losses. The SEC champion's getting in.
They're getting in. Are you prepared to live with that when a 2-loss LSU team gets in over 1-loss Michigan?
I'm prepared for that, but I'm not prepared for that LSU team to beat Georgia because Georgia to me
I'm just humoring.
Okay. No, I am. If Michigan has 1 loss, they wouldn't have done their job.
Family.
That's fair. I know you agree with that.
Yeah. Brian Kelly, though, man. Real cream of wheat. Brian Kelly strikes again. He's going to. You want a bold take? He's going to win a national title there.
Ooh, with all that talent, I mean,
he's going to win a national title.
He got Notre Dame to the playoff multiple times. He's a great coach. I don't know why he kind of became such a punchline going to LSU. It's probably because of some of those cringe videos and for that fake Southern accent. But the man can coach. He's done it at Grand Valley, Central, Notre Dame, and LSU. He's climbing up the ladder, won everywhere he's went.
Yeah. Joey, 2 times they got to put an SEC team in the championship one way or the other. Well, they have to because it's the best conference.
They got to put 2.
Yeah.
They got to put 2 in.
because they're the best comp.
Yeah.
I mean, like, look around, man. Look around the landscape, Terry.
Amen. You're not going to get me to argue with you.
Good show today, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Man, look at that. It's over. Yeah.
A lot of fun.
Look at that. It's all over. So, hey, appreciate everybody tapping in. Spenmo, no Spenmo tomorrow.
Or Friday.
Okay, we will have Rocket Watts tomorrow, though, 11:28, so tap in to that. He'll talk about the Michigan State stuff.
Yeah.
He will. So
give him my best.
I will. Spenmo's a big, I got to get an autograph for you or something.
Hell yeah. I'm a big Rocky guy.
Yeah, but so for Spencer Raxter, Sam Flannel, T. Foss, Terry Foster, my name's Neal Ruhl. Thanks for tapping in. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network.
Peace, peace.
Well, see you later.
Yep.